All right, everybody. Hello, Jennifer Lee Chan, and it is your Monday morning autopsy on the 24-23 loss to the Arizona Cardinals. Um, every day after the game, I get PFF kind of info, dice it up, look at it, kind of take a look at where the 49ers played well and where they didn't. And there's always players that play well, even in really bad performances. And there's always players that don't play great in really good performances where they win. So it's kind of a thing that I do every day after the game. One thing that stood out to me about today's grades and the things that I've discovered through PFF is that the 49ers are missing a ton of tackles, a ton. Last week versus New England, they won, but they missed 17 tackles. In their Arizona loss, they missed 12. Now, they shouldn't be missing that many tackles. Week one versus the New York Jets, where they won, they missed nine. Losses to the Vikings and the Rams. Lost to the Vikings, they missed three tackles. Lost to the Rams, they missed two tackles. They just couldn't get off the field on third down for the Los Angeles Rams. But it wasn't missed tackles. So the last 2 weeks have been really bad for missed tackles. And the culprits for these missed tackles are kind of surprising. So over the past 2 weeks, Nick Bosa has missed six tackles, three in the Patriots win and three in the Arizona Cardinals loss. Um, so yesterday, Sunday, let's see, here we go. So Bosa missed three. Uh, Talanoa Hufanga missed two. So did Devondre Campbell. He missed two. Talanoa Hufanga, Jair Brown, Deommodore Lenoir, Travis Ward, Kevin Givens were all charged with missing one tackle. So I know Devondre Campbell has been kind of the target of a lot of people's ire lately, anger maybe. He has missed some tackles. So he missed two tackles in the loss to the Arizona Cardinals. And in week four, he missed three. So Bosa has missed six in the last two games. Devondre Campbell has missed five. Now, Bosa, yes, sometimes he gets hung up at the line. He'll be maybe the first person that gets to the point of attack and he slows down whoever it is, misses the tackle, and then he gets tackled by somebody else. Not making excuses for Nick Bosa at all. It's still six missed tackles. Now, he had a decent PFF score grade because he also had four pressures, four stops, interception, and two hurries. So, I mean, he did do a good job in certain aspects. But obviously the missed tackles have got to stop. So in week four, Bosa missed three, Campbell missed three, Jair Brown, Deommodore Lenoir, Demetrius Fenning-Fowles, and Malik Collins all missed two tackles. Malik Mustafa and Travis Ward, Renardo Green all missed one. So yeah, it's a ton of missed tackles by the 49ers defense, and that is a problem that it needs to stop or they are not going to make it to the postseason. Um, they also haven't been getting a whole lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks. In Sunday's loss, they only got 9 hurries total. Normally it's double digit. So along with Nick Bosa getting 2 hurries, Leonard Floyd had 3 pressures, one sack, one hit, one hurry. Other than that, it was Jair Brown 1 hurry, Sam Okwano 1 hurry, Kevin Givens 1, and Malik Collins 1. So the defense overall, the pass defense has been good. Deommodore Lenoir has had a really good season so far. But yeah, the defensive linebackers have not been doing a great job. Now, Fred Warner, of course, is having a standout year. Not talking about Fred Warner at this time, but he's had a couple missed tackles. I mean, PFF is interesting because they go through and chart who should have made the tackle, who shouldn't have. There was one play where I thought Fred Warner missed a tackle, but he wasn't charged with one on PFF. So there are some things that I do agree with them, some things I don't. But you can read the entire story on NBC Sports Bay Area, but I do an entire grading breakdown every week of what PFF says about the players. Now, PFF, they have graders that go in. Should the catch have, should the pass have been caught? Was it a contested catch? How many yards after catch? I mean, they do a ton of analytics and it's really interesting. So I get the report every week and I do the story on it. Isaac Yadam had actually a pretty good game and 2 tackles, 1 assist, 1 stop, 1 forced fumble. So a guy who kind of started out the season slow has been starting to play better. On offense, Brandon Ayuk, top graded player on the offense, of course. George Kittle next. Um, Jordan Mason ran like a crazy person, really, really good run, but because of the fumble, lower score. Now Brock Purdy. Now the interesting thing that PFF kind of showed me through the game is that Purdy's scrambles have been some good, where he's extending plays, some not so good. So let me pull it up here. All right, so in Brock Purdy's scrambles in week 4, he completed 2 of his 4 passes for 27 yards. So that's when he scrambled out of the tackle box through the passes. 2 of 4 of those, 50%, were completions for 27 yards. 2 of his scrambles across the line of scrimmage or runs, they were 2 of them for 12 yards. Both of them were first downs. So it was a productive scrambling day for week 4 against New England. Now, PFF doesn't call it a scramble if they stay within the tackle box. So if he's kind of spinning around in between the hash, they don't count it as a scramble. But if he does get out of the tackle box, then they do count it as a scramble, just so we're clear. All right. Last night, or yesterday, Sunday, the loss versus Arizona, he again completed 2 of his 4 passes for 12 yards when he was scrambling. But 2 of those, while he was scrambling, ended up being sacks. And those 2 sacks were crucial when they were in the red zone. So while Brock Purdy is fantastic, he's getting a lot of credit for extending the plays. There are some times where he gets twice in Arizona's lost Arizona, where he was tackled for a loss, and it really kind of, I guess, put the kibosh on the 49ers offense. So the one scramble where he was tackled for a 4-yard loss, Jake Moody was still playing in the game. He hadn't been hurt yet. So they were really close. Again, in the red zone, 4-yard sack, and Jake Moody comes out and kicks a field goal. So again, the red zone woes are a thing. The next time Brock Purdy got sacked, it was for a 9-yard loss. And that was like really close. It was, and let's see here. They were on, all right. So the 9-yard loss pushed them back to the 27-yard line, which was out of field goal range because Jake Moody was not kicking anymore. It was Mitch Wishnowsky kicking because Jake Moody has an ankle injury. So they really needed it to be like an extra point. Mitch Wishnowsky made 1, but from the 27-yard line, he's probably not going to make it. So they went for it. It was a 4th and 23. So that sack really prevented the 49ers from putting an extra 3 points on the board. That 3 points on the board could have made a huge difference. Now, maybe the Cardinals played differently because of that extra 3 points on the board, but just saying, the 49ers did not score at all in the second half. So just looking at the way, things have panned out, sometimes Brock has got to learn how to throw it away. And, it's his 3rd year. It's his 2nd year as a starter, full year as a starter. So he's going to learn some things. Not trying to throw him under the bus, but, it's a learning process. Nick Bosa has to learn how to, make sure that if he's going for a guy that he doesn't miss the tackle. It's like every player, they know there's never a perfect game. So there's a lot of stuff to always work on. But some of those big scrambles from Brock Purdy really probably should be throwaways out of bounds and don't take the sack, because when he does that, pushing the team away from the end zone, especially when you don't have a kicker, is not great. And then also the red zone, they're in the red zone both times of those sacks. So it could have helped them either get into closer to the end zone or not. Anyways, those are kind of my Monday morning breakdowns. Check out both of those stories on NBC Sports Bay Area. I will try to provide you more updates. Kyle Shanahan did talk to us on Monday, and he said that there are no updates really on Talanoa and his wrist, and Jake Moody and his ankle. Jake Moody, though, left the locker room with a full walking boot and crutches, but didn't put any weight on that ankle at all. No weight on that foot. Walking boot, but he wasn't walking on it. I think it was just to really immobilize the ankle. I watched Talanoa Hufanga walk out of the locker room with a wrist brace on. Other than that, nothing, no new news on that. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles unlikely to play on Thursday, and the rest of the guys are day to day. So Jacob Cowing, shoulder, he was out. Trent Taylor was bumped up for him. It may stay that way for Thursday because it's a short week. Um, and the 49ers did not activate Ricky Pearsall. So it's a short week. So when they play on Sunday and they play on Thursday again, there are no practices during the week. I mean, there are no real practices. So Thursday generally during the week is a longer practice because they don't have time for that. They have walkthroughs and installations on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. And then Wednesday's a travel day already. So light stuff throughout the week. There's no point in activating Ricky Pearsall. There's nothing going on. He's just not going to be activated because there's no point. There's no way he's going to play on Thursday. So they're probably going to they're pushing it back. I would think they activate him for week 6, but again, I am not a doctor and don't know, but they also plan on kind of, keep working on Christian McCaffrey's recovery. So they hope to get him back at some point as well. So those are the injury updates. We'll get more from Kyle Shanahan on Tuesday. I won't be at the facility and then I'm traveling Wednesday, but we will do 49ers Now. That'll be the live streaming show on Tuesday. And Carlos and I think Rod Brooks are doing it on Wednesday. So stay tuned here. I'll keep you updated with videos and news, and I'll post some of the interview videos from this weekend up on the channel. All right. Talk to you guys soon.